What's going on, gang? This is DJ Rocky with Atlanta Music DJ and Ella Events. So I hope you watched my last video. We talked just a quick little idea on how, again, not tips, and I am not a professional, and I am not trying to tell people how to do things. I'm a student, and I'm learning always, and I will always be learning, but I just wanted to share with you on my last video what we did talk about if you looked at your business or just looked at DJing, and if you broke it down into two different categories, one category was just engulfed with all these different things that we had to do that must be done, and it was not easily accessible, which was the behavioral side of the business. The number two side was the actual tools, the techniques, which was actually your gear, your lighting, and that was easily accessible, obviously with some money, and saving your pennies just a little bit and just acquiring professional lighting was going to be the best way to go. Now, quickly, I just said professional lighting. What you see in front of you is not professional lighting. If many of you have seen this before, you've probably seen them on eBay. This is a mini LED moving head. It's actually a very old American DJ kind of knockoff moving head. I purchased this on eBay, I want to say about 2.5 years ago, maybe, thinking that it was going to give me, some type of a show whatsoever. And I could just tell you it is one of the worst purchases I ever made. I think I made maybe one other bad purchase, but those are the type of things. It's another thing to keep in mind. Those are the risks you have to take sometimes to get where you want to be. But I'm here to tell you, maybe you should just save your pennies and don't worry about it. This is a mini moving head. I'm not going to elaborate too much about it, but basically it gives a little light. There's a couple gobos there and a couple different color changes. It promises you on all the websites that it's, or all the eBay ads, that it's, I want to say it's like a 15 watt, which actually it's not. It's about 10 watts because it has to color mix and it doesn't give you that much wattage of brightness. Very inexpensive, very light, could probably fit it in a backpack. I'm going to end up putting this, I'm not sure. So there's that. Let's move on to the next one. So what I should have done, and maybe you can do, is, it gives you the wow factor. You see that as a purchase, like, gosh, this would be really, really good show for my customer, or my client or my business. I want to go ahead and purchase a light, maybe something even a little bit bigger than this. I would highly recommend that you not do that. Save your pennies and get something a little bit more. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next thing. So here is, and I'll just go ahead and pan out just a little bit so we can get a better view of it. Here is your Chauvet Intimidator Spot LED 250. Okay, it's the LED 250. I mean, obviously in size, it's a lot larger than what you see the mini moving head to be. Probably a little bit more than half bigger its size. Has its cooling fan, its LCD screen, cooling fan in the back as well too for the bass. This one's for the motor. And a nice, beautiful, strong punch of light. Here I would say that this is where you want to start purchasing and saying you can start looking like a professional. At least at the lower end of, just spending a lot of money or anything like that you can still kind of save money. So here's my thought process in this, is I knew that there was bigger lights out there than this one. I knew that there was bigger, but this was going to give me the amount of power of light to help me look like a professional in the business, in the actual settings that I was going to place them in, corporate events, company parties, and weddings. And I knew that it was going to do that for me. It was small, compact, bigger than the other one. And let's just move that out of the way out of respect for the light that it is. But it gave you the punch of light. It gave you a wonderful punch of light, as opposed to, the smaller ones. It wasn't the huge, massive show lighting, stage lighting that you see with other big lights, but it gave us a good punch of light to get us to that small to medium and even some larger events depending on what you're doing. So there you go. You step your game up just a little bit, right? Saved your money, and you bought yourself something good to go ahead and start looking professional. And it just takes a few extra dollars. Now, the amount of money I spent on this, now what I did is I'm not going to tell you the price tag on this one, but the amount of money I spent on the other one, if I did not purchase that, and the amount of money I spent on 2 of those little tiny lights, I basically bought this one. And it gave me more out of it, more power physically as far as its movability, more power wattage. It gave you a big wow factor presentation to your customers, and other people like it and say wow, and they want to hire you. Those are the type of things that will help you succeed as far as looking professional. Okay. Now, once you start, saving your money, and what you could do is you can actually go to Chauvet DJ's website. You can actually turn in your serial numbers and your barcode numbers with the actual receipt, send it to them through the Chauvet DJ VIP Rewards website, and then you want to mail the actual ones to them. You get all your points back for your lighting from this company. You won't be able to do that with the other companies or those eBay ads. You do that with Chauvet Lighting. They give you rewards points for your big purchases. And then you don't have to spend as much or nothing to purchase your next set of lights. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next set of lights. And here we go. Here's another Chauvet DJ Intimidator spot. This is the 350. It's a white version, and obviously you can tell in its size into its kind of like the daddy of the well, I would say this is more like it's been through a little bit of usage there. It's kind of like the I'd say the mommy version. There's a daddy version which is a lot larger, go in the 400 series, but this is kind of like the mommy version, and this is like the young version of it. And then there's like a baby version like the 100. But this is the Spot LED 350. Now, what I did, okay, and what I highly recommend you doing is that, with your smaller Chauvet DJ purchases, what you can do, because you're going to be getting professional lighting at a budget that'll fit you. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go out and gig. You're going to save a little bit of pennies. You're also going to turn in your rewards points for your Chauvet DJ gear, and you're going to end up coming out with something bigger and better that you did not have to spend an arm and a leg for, which I didn't. So that's something I would highly recommend that you do. Here's a big one. This is like a show light. This would be kind of like stage power outage type of lighting. I believe we're running in the 70 watt or 75 watt range. I can't recall. But this is just this is not a review on the light. This is just to kind of give you an idea of how you can slowly or quickly build into or look at being presentable in a professional manner with your gear and your lighting without breaking the bank, or using it wisely, such as rewards points from Chauvet DJ VIP Rewards, or getting the right professional type of light to get the right kind of professional gigs in order to, update and upgrade into bigger and better stuff. So that's something to think about. All right, guys. I was that DJ that had no lights, and I remember always thinking, gosh, I wish I had that and wish I had that. I don't want you to be discouraged by any means necessary, and that's why I'm talking to you about this last video that we talked about, and this video. So if you'd like to see more things about this or talk about this, just go ahead and subscribe. You can go ahead and like the video if you choose to. My name is DJ Rocky with Atlanta Music DJ and Ella Events Atlanta. I wish you guys all the best. I love and respect all people and all things living. Take care.